You know, when you've been in football as long as I have, you know, some games just you don't see it, the outcome that really happens in the end, and that's where we are. Thought we had an excellent week of practice. We were getting healthy. Thought we had a good game plan. All those things before you play the game. Crowd was great. Great atmosphere for homecoming. We talk about starting fast. All those things happened, but you know, we haven't been able to finish, you know, a lot of games. And you have to give Purdue, of course, a lot of credit. You know, offensively, we would like to run the football. Weren't able to get that established today. Had opportunities. Kicking game, we missed a field goal, a big one. Penalties to start off the main offside penalty really hurt us, you know, starting off the second half. And defensively, just we've given up too many big plays in the passing game. So nothing went right. Everything, of course, went their way this game, and that's what we're going to talk about. Just one for the day, but too much football left to go. We're at the halfway point, 3-3 record. So it's kind of how we handle this disappointment as much as anything. Take your question.
Lovie, what broke down defensively for the game plan?
Everything broke down. They ran the football against us, fast football. Talk about the big plays. No interceptions really that mattered on our side. So everything broke down.
The third game this season, opponents have 590 or more yards. How would you evaluate your defense? Really, second year with
those games you talked about, we didn't play good defense. That's how we evaluate it. We didn't play the run well. We didn't play the pass well. That's how we evaluate it. Kind of obvious. It's not been placed on those 3 games.
Just 4 carries for Reggie first half. Do you think you went to the pass a little too early today?
In hindsight, yeah. You know, but at the time, you're trying to get what you can. You know, in order to be able to get more rushes, you have to have some success running the football a little bit without just it being the quarterback. So, again, guys, on games like today, yes, we went away from the pass, or got to the pass too soon. Didn't stay with the run long enough. Not bad, you know, not because we really wanted to. Hindsight, absolutely.
Lovie, what was how were you impressed with your offensive line today? It didn't act like that they were giving AJ a whole lot of time to maneuver in the back.
We did not play well on the offensive line today. And again, guys, I'm not trying to be short with answers, but we didn't play well. They dominated us on both sides of the football. Running game-wise, we were able to get it going. Starts up front. Last week we talked about how it started up front to be able to run the football. They played well. Their defensive line played better than our offensive line today. Couldn't get him the ball. Simple as that. In order for that to happen, you have to be able to establish drives. We didn't have a lot of drives. So Reggie Corbin, how many was he able to? No one. So offensively, you know, when you can't maintain drives, it's hard to get that ratio of carries that you'd like to get for all of our guys today. And when you only have the ball for a short period of time, defensively, when they're on the field most of the time, it's hard to get a lot of the offensive guys involved.
6 games through this year, how do you evaluate your pass rushes and getting closer quickly?
Right now, how we evaluate it, it needs to be better. When you talk after this game, we said the same thing last week though. Our pass rush needs to be better. Just like, you know, overall defense has to be better than what we played today. Again, basing it on the day, a lot of improvement we have to make.
Coach, did you give any thought to a quarterback change earlier in the game? How much does the redshirt situation kind of play into that?
It plays into it, but just didn't think that was our only problem. You know, we talked about up front and all other areas. We dropped balls. We had opportunity. So just wasn't on the quarterback. So, no, we didn't. We thought we needed to keep fighting with that group that we had out there. We thought that group gave us our best chance to have success.
Coach, what would your message be?
Sorry that we played this way. You know, disappointing loss today is what I would say. But you look at the big picture, we're 3-3. That's what I'm going to say. It's disappointment. There's nothing else. What do you say on a loss like that? It is what it is. And they dominated us today. But we'll have our day, is what I'm going to say. There's more football left to go. We'll bounce back. We should hurt badly after this loss, but we'll bounce back next week. Don't have time to do anything except for that.
You mentioned the concern about giving up big plays defensively. Is there anything in particular that maybe stood out about how Purdue was able to get 18 sharp plays?
Then play the ball well. We had opportunities on a few of them. A couple of good plays on their part. Let them get behind us. Most time you see big plays like there's something going on with technique. We had opportunity. They went up, made right before the half, made a good play. We were in position to make those plays. I say that was the case most of the time.
Coach, what will you be looking for early in the week going forward?
You have to go back on games like this, whether you have a great game, same thing. You kind of look at what you did well. On games like today, we'll evaluate and see if was this a one-time thing. We haven't played this type. Penn State blew us out late. We haven't played this bad in a game as I've seen it. So that's what we're going to say. It happens sometimes. It can't really give you an answer why it happened. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to overreact at the same time. We're going to, correct the things that we need to, and get ready for the next game.
Lovie, obviously you and Hardy come with great histories with defense. Are you surprised this hasn't caught on as quick, your defensive scheme?
Yeah, we would like to play better defense than what we played right now, but it eventually will come.
What gives you that faith that
History, and faith. There's a lot of things goes into you just don't show up and all of a sudden start playing great stuff because you have a resume. There's a lot more that kind of goes into it. We play good enough defense to have 3 wins right now, and we'll see what happens in the next part of the season.
Going forward, what do you have to do to make sure this loss doesn't have a long-term lingering effect on the remainder of the season?
It won't. We've been in this too long, all right? And there's a lot, and there's disappointment on today, on this loss. And that's what you do. You have to kind of react to what happened in the moment, and then you move on. That's what we're going to do. It'll be a new day tomorrow, all right? And a new game week next week for Wisconsin. There will be a lot of people be disappointed. We're not going to be on the team that's disappointed on today's effort. But we want to be a part of that group that's really disappointed in how we played today, that come back next week, and we'll be answering a totally different group of questions about how well we played.
Coach, do you have confidence that the scheme on defense is kind of moving in the right place?
Absolutely.
And the coverage is
absolutely is a question. I have faith in our scheme. It has a proven success rate. It'll happen now. It's not scheme, all right? There's a lot that goes into it. It's just not scheme. You just don't run, we have a sound defense. We have a sound offense. Sometimes execution doesn't necessarily happen.
Coach, what did Dorsey do throughout this week of practice? Back on the field?
How much did he play today? That's what he warranted. Guys in practice warrant how much time they get during the game. Simple as that. Lewis has been coming from behind, so we talk about missing time, so he has to catch up a little bit. He had some opportunity today. Didn't make a few plays, dropped a few balls. Need to be able to make those catches when you get a chance to. Lou was like everybody else today. Again, every position, scheme, person coaching, everything today didn't happen. So that's what it is.
Okay, thank you, everybody.